Hi guys, and good afternoon, creeps. Okay guys, so you already know it's time for another direct upload. Okay, so this video is going to be addressed to Betty BP. She actually responded to me on my Line for Skincare Gmail account. I don't really check that account daily, so it just so happened that it came up on my phone, the message, after you wrote it on the 3rd, and it's already like the 11th. So I'm just now getting to my messages. I just been kind of off the internet for a while in different sectors of the internet. So what Betty BP wrote to me was about how I feel about the horror culture. Now, Betty BP, you may not be following my videos religiously, meaning that you're not following them, when I put them out. But honestly, I have, already talked about the horror culture. And maybe it's best that I put it in this one video. So I will title it What I Feel About the Horror Culture. And for people that already know how I feel, you might, say, well, you already talked about this. But Betty BP honestly wanted to know how I feel about the horror culture. And if you don't know what the horror culture is, that is the culture that we are revolving around on the Instagram, like the Instagram baddies that are porn stars and prostitutes. We got pornographic music like the WAP song. We got twerking babies on TikTok. We got bestiality on TikTok. I mean, we got all this, the horror culture. And we are embarking on a certain time in the world where, we got people that actually will look at the Instagram baddies and want to grow up to be these Instagram baddies, these whores. They want to be female rappers like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And honestly, we have young, impressionable women that are children right now that I'm saying that they're women, but they are going to become women at one point. We have these young girls that are looking up to people like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B singing a song about wet ass pussies. We got young girls that are looking at the Instagram baddies, and they don't realize that those Instagram baddies are porn stars and prostitutes, homeless transient prostitutes going from hotel room to hotel room, turning tricks and doing these OnlyFans accounts with all this pornography and prostitution. And honestly, you have a lot of young girls that want to grow up and be the next Instagram baddie, that want to be the next Megan Thee Stallion or the next Cardi B singing about wet ass pussies. Or rapping about wet ass pussies. What I feel like as far as the horror culture is concerned, or the hoe culture is concerned, it is very concerning to me, because I am a human being that has to share the planet with people that are, happy to go along with the horror culture. I feel like it is doing a lot of destruction to mainly the Black community that's already a community with broken homes, single moms, and everything else where Black women don't get respect from their own men of the Black race, and they are, the main ones that are going to be damaged, physically and emotionally damaged by the horror culture, because unfortunately Black men are not going to respect Black women as suitable mates or respectable wives. And as far as the horror culture is concerned, I'm not a part of the horror culture. I have a man that I'm with. He's a white Asian man. I'm with a man, that loves me and everything else. But it's going to be very difficult for women of color or Black women in general that are looking at Black men as desirable mates. But these Black men are not going to look at these Black women or women of color or mixed race women or biracial women as suitable mates because they're going to see them as the whores, the Instagram baddies, and all this other stuff, the whore culture. So I feel like it is going to do nothing but damage an already fragile group of people called the black race. Is going to be just very damaging. So what I think of the whore culture, I'm just going to put it all in a nutshell. I think the whore culture is just there to damage the black community. And unfortunately, there are always going to be black women, young black children, young black females, whatever you want to call these young black females. Those young black females are going to grow up wanting to be a whore. And honestly, when they're hearing a song like WAP, the Wet Ass Pussy song, and it's glamorizing whores, saying, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house. And then these women are getting attention from black men, but they don't realize that it's negative attention. This attention that black men are giving to whores and Instagram baddies is not good attention at all. They are looking at them as whores. They are going to degrade them. They are not going to marry these women, and they are just going to badmouth them behind their backs. They're going to call them bitches and hoes behind their backs. And yes, they might fuck these women. And yes, they might give these women a few dollars to fuck them as when they're prostituting as Instagram baddies in these hotel rooms. Yes, they might give a few dollars from these black men, but they are not going to get love and marriage from these black men. The only thing they're going to get is a few dollars, maybe $20 for a blowjob, $50 for a fuck. Or if they're white, they might get $100 for a fuck and, $60 for a blowjob or whatever. But regardless, the little nickels and dimes that these black men are going to give to these Instagram baddies and these whores is not enough compensation for you to sell your body on Instagram or sell your body on the OnlyFans. So Betty BP, what I think of the whore culture is that I think that the whore culture is nothing but damage to the black community. It is nothing but causing tremendous destruction, breaking up of homes, and, having men that don't respect black women because all they're going to see them as is whores, Instagram baddies, prostitutes, and porn stars on the OnlyFans. So as far as the whore culture is concerned, I don't support that. As a woman of color, of course, I do not support the whore culture. I think it's bad and is damaging. So as a positive person, I try to keep positive thoughts in my mind. I try to keep positivity. I try to keep it in my life. I think that the whore culture is negative. I think that these black women and some of these white women are getting bamboozled and fooled into thinking that they are desirable women, and they probably are running around thinking that they are so beautiful and so gorgeous because they got 1 million fans on Instagram or 1 million fans on an OnlyFans account selling pornography for $5.99 or $6.99 or $14.99 a month, or however much they're charging these customers or these clients. But Betty BP, I'm just going to tell you again, I don't support the whore culture. I think it's very damaging and very destructive to a already fragile group of people called the black race of people. And I think that it is doing nothing but harm to the black race. And really, most black people don't understand what they're watching or what they're doing. And honestly, it's just doing nothing but pure damage. So that's my thoughts on that, Betty BP. That is my thoughts. Okay, now you asked me to talk about what I think, because you claim, I'm not saying that you're lying. I didn't mean to put it that way. You said that you are living in an affluent white neighborhood, and you said that you are looking at these affluent white people in your community going out and doing these marches for the Black Lives Matter. I think whoever these white people are that's doing all these marches for the Black Lives Matter, first of all, these white people don't even know what the hell they're doing. They don't even know these people that they're marching for. They don't even understand the logistics of any of this stuff. And I think that these white people, they might be, bamboozled, and they might be feeling sorry for black people that have been killed by crooked cops or something, but they really probably don't even know the whole story behind these deaths that they're marching for. I can't even tell you that I know about what is going on with these dead people that these white people are marching for. I mean, I personally myself, I'm not going to go and march. And as far as I'm concerned, Betty VP, I live in a very country part of Florida. I live near dairy farms and citrus farms and things. And I live in a 92% white area. It's 92% white. And honestly, nobody in this white community is marching for any Black Lives Matter. Most of these people are what they call Florida groans. And if you ever see somebody with Florida groan bumper sticker on the back of their pickup truck, most of these people are Confederates. They do have a lot of Confederate flags. You do see a lot of Trump stickers on the back of their pickup trucks, or they got Trump posters and signs in their yard and Confederate flags waving off their porch. So to be honest with you, in my white area of the world in Florida, these white people are not doing anything for Black Lives Matter. They don't really care about it. They don't really promote it. So it's not something that is really affecting me in my community, because most of these white people could care less. These are Confederate rebels. They're called, I think they call themselves Confederate rebels. And they're not giving a fuck about this Black Lives Matter bullshit. And trust me, these people that I live near, these white folk, they are definitely not going to march on behalf of no Black Lives Matter type niggers. They just not going to do it. So wherever you live, you must live like in the north or something, or maybe the West Coast. And they might be doing things because, they're Yankees or something. But my thoughts on white people, I'm sorry, let me rephrase this. You wanted me to know, because I have, Betty VP, I've actually spoken about this. I actually made a whole video, and I don't want to feel like I feel like I'm repeating myself, because you probably missed that video. You probably missed it, because at that time I was recording like 3 or 4 videos a day. I was Miss Motor Mouth. I was like talking all the time, and you probably missed it because it probably was titled something that you didn't know what I was about to talk about. So maybe that's how you missed it. So anyway, what I think about the white people marching for the Black Lives Matter, I feel like these white folk, whoever these people are, they don't even know who these people are that they're marching for. And I think that these white people are marching out of sheer ignorance and love and positivity. And they actually feel like they are doing something good. And they probably feel happy in their hearts that they are out there marching on behalf of a persecuted group of people that might be being abused and harmed by the police. So I think that their hearts are in the right place. I think their minds are in the right place. But I think that they are very ignorant, because they don't realize that a lot of these people that are out there doing these marches and they're black, they are actually just doing that as an excuse to go rioting and to break the law. And a lot of times when these black people are, going into these big cities or these urban cities that they already live in, a lot of times these type of black people are actually just doing it to commit vandalism and to commit crimes. They are doing it so that they can bust windows out. They are doing it so they can set cars on fire. They are doing it so that they can burn houses down. They are doing it so that they can go run and loot and rob these businesses. And honestly, when black people get together and they start saying that they are going to protest and loot and riot, a lot of times they're doing that simply so that they can get free stuff and rob and steal and kill. So I don't support this Black Lives Matter movement at all, especially when it comes to rioting in large urban cities. So obviously I don't support that. These innocent white people that are doing this stuff, these white people that you are speaking of that are doing all this marching, if you notice, the white people don't really go around rioting and looting and burning down buildings and stealing and breaking into stores and robbing them. From what I can tell, the white people are pretty much like, they want to just get a message across. They want to protest. So a lot of times the white people just have peaceful protests, and a peaceful protest just means that they're not breaking, busting out windows. They're not breaking into stores and robbing and looting. They're not doing any of this stuff. So they are just basically trying to make themselves known, and they're trying to make a point, and they're trying to, get a point across. But these white people are just extremely ignorant. They don't know what's really going on with these black people that are getting killed. For all I know, from the little stuff that every time I've done research on one of these dead black men, they have gotten killed in the process of committing a crime. So I'm not going to go out there and risk my life and get my head blown off for people that could be committing crimes. And then, people are going out there and protesting and stuff. So, I just, hold on, Ash, I'll be out there in a second. So I just feel like the white people just don't know any better. So I'm going to have to get off of this thing, Betty VP. But as far as the white people protesting and marching, and you're saying that all you're seeing is white people and no black people, that is really wild. Because I have seen that myself in Portland, Oregon, on the news. And, oh shoot, it's raining, guys, and I'm expecting something. It's raining. Okay, so anyway, I was wanting to go outside and play with the bubble machine, and now it's raining. Okay, and I was expecting somebody to come over here. But now it's all raining. Oh shit. Okay, it's raining hard now. Okay, so anyway, guys, I can't articulate to you enough, Betty BP, that I don't feel like these white people know what they're doing. I feel like these white people, their hearts and minds are in a good place, but they don't have enough information to make a good decision about what the hell they're doing. And honestly, whoever these white people are, they could just be the type of white people that want change, and they could be the type of white people that want to make a mark on history. They could be the type of white people that, decide that they want to be the people responsible for bringing about certain political changes. And it could be something selfish in that white person's mind, or that is actually out there doing that. They could actually just be wanting to be a part of history, of changing things in history. And it could be some selfish motive on that white person's part. Could be. I got to get ready to close my window because it's raining bad. So anyway, it could be some selfish motive of whatever this white person is thinking. So, you never know what's going on in somebody's head unless you ask them. So if we don't know these people, Betty BP, we can't. The only thing we can do is make assumptions on why these white people are doing this stuff. So, we can only jump to conclusions, make wild assumptions, and, just come and just guess. So anyway, I don't know any of these white people that are doing this stuff, so I don't have the ability to get a straight answer from anybody that's involved in that. So all I'm doing is making an assumption, jumping to conclusions, and making wild guesses about these white folk. So like I said, it actually seems like it's kind of like just something that they themselves are trying to be involved in, because it's something that is boosting their ego and their pride level. Because for all we know, and this honestly, it just came to my head, I'm like, what if these white people are just trying to be seen? What if these white people are doing this for their own selfish motives and reasons? What if these white people are actually just, you know, are actually just trying to make a mark so that they can go to their graves and say, you know what, they made a change in society. They actually was a part of history. They actually did this and that, and they changed the laws. They actually did this and that, and they made a positive impact on society. It could be their own selfish reasons for doing this stuff. We don't know these people. And the only way you can find out for sure, Betty VP, is if you actually go out to some of these rallies. I'm not saying that you would, but if you were really curious about why they're doing this stuff, you would have to go to a white person personally and say, hey, what is your motive for this, for you marching for the Black Lives Matter, and you're not black? Why are you doing this? If I knew the white people that were doing this, I certainly would ask them. I would say, why are you doing this? What is your motive? What is motivating you? And why is this such an emotional thing for you to be involved in? Why are you doing it? And please tell me exactly what your point is. And I would just have to ask, because I really don't know. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I'm just going to end it like that. I just feel like the white people could just be doing it for their own selfish motives. So live fiercely, love viciously, and remember, atheism is unstoppable.